What is up, guys? CJ here with Starter Builds, and in today's video I'm going to be walking you through how to build a small closet cabinet. This is very DIY friendly. We're going to be using one sheet of plywood, and let's get into the build. My son is now 5 months old, so I've taken some time off to dive into fatherhood, and now we need to build a custom closet case, shelving unit, whatever you want to call it, DIY closet organizer. It's going to be very DIY friendly. I don't know if you could see my little drawing here, but essentially we're going to be using probably one sheet of plywood and essentially building a cabinet with two shelves in there and a curtain rod across there. Stay tuned for the rest of the build. I'm glad to be back on YouTube. Thank you so much for viewing, watching, and subscribing to my channel. But let's get into building.
To start your project, you'll need a 4x8 sheet of plywood and rip it down with your track saw or a Craig rip cut. The easiest way to go about this is to take your measurements first, obviously, measure twice, and cut once. Now don't be a jokester like me and forget to clamp down your piece of work here. As you can see, the wood is moving on the backside there. This is very dangerous. Be sure to clamp your work down when you're working. This is what we're working with. So essentially, ahead of me cutting down that plywood, I went in and I measured. You'll see to the left here, that is actually where all my plumbing is for my bathtub in my bathroom. So we had to get a little creative here. Obviously, I didn't want to drill into the wall and go into any of that pipe. If you don't have a track saw or a Craig rip cup, you can always use your circular saw to break this down. Super DIY friendly. Don't be afraid. So here I'm essentially just getting my tops, my sides, my shelves all set up to start pocket holes. That's going to be the next process here after I rip these down to the desired measurements. I'm cleaning up the edges here on my table saw. Again, make sure you use a cross-cut sled because a jokester like me is doing things not safe. 1 1/4 pocket holes we're going to be using here. Super DIY friendly. I don't know too many people that actually like painting. However, I guess some do find it therapeutic, but here I'm just rolling on some iron ore by Sherwin-Williams. I believe it was the paint of the year in 2024. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, not sure, but it's a great color. We've used it on a lot of things around the house. What is up? We are in my son's nursery. If you've watched any of the other videos, my DIY crib or even the DIY dresser or the DIY bookshelves, we are in his room right now. So be sure to check out those videos. We are in his room right now and we're going to be assembling this in the actual closet here with 1 1/4 pocket hole screws. I don't think I'm going to be able to record this, but in short, we have pocket hole screws on the bottom and top, just 4 going across. We're going to basically make a nice little square, put our adjustable shelf in there, and then we are going to put in the closet rod. So pretty DIY friendly. I apologize that shelf's not going to be adjustable, but this is what we're going to be doing the next step. I painted everything too as well. I'll have a link down in the description below to the color. I think it's Iron Ore by Sherwin-Williams. I think it's the color of the year for 2024 maybe. So stay tuned. When you're working on this, we're going to be using some pocket holes, 1 1/4 pocket holes, and we will get that put together. All right, so as you can see, we have a square in the closet, just assembled with pocket holes. All right, got a little bit of cleanup to do, but we ended up getting this in here. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to put some trim around the edges there. It's looking pretty good. I need to put some trim around there. We got the closet bar hung in here too as well, so we'll get some trim around the outside. Need some touch-up paint and some cleanup, but stay tuned. So there you have it. probably the most DIY friendly project you can build. Essentially, we just used one sheet of plywood, a closet rod, and some trim, pocket holes, brad nails. Super DIY friendly. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. Out.